going to be high octane. Coming into this one, TLPH versus FNOP. Man, what a coin toss of a draft. What does Leo and Ingan think about this one?
I'll tell you now, Team Liquid Philippines ain't gonna make that streak any easier to achieve. 8-0, still pending. Welcome to Game 1 in this week's star match. Dynasty under threat, Team Liquid Philippines versus Fnatic Onyx Philippines. The defending champions versus Streak.
Right off the bat, a lot of mobile heroes in the battlefield. I mean, even down to the XP lane, there's an Arlot, Brusco rocking the show. Again, we've seen Zyda use the Ling. So for the 3 games we've seen Zyda, it was all Ling.
There's just 2 games.
Yeah, this is the 3rd one.
I was gonna say 100%. He's won both games on the Ling since his debut last week in Season 14. And now, Fnatic Onyx looking to stop that with King Kong's specialty Fanny and, of course, Brusco's show. It's been debate whether or not this was worth it to be put in the XP lane. If you guys were talking about it on chat, then it's just me and my alter ego. But it's possible, right? Because even of all the teams in Season 14, it's Team Liquid PH who knows the strength of a side lane show.
Plus, if anyone's gonna flex something like that, it's gonna be Kirk. Because Kirk, again,
Right?
11 unique heroes used. The most, I'm not sure if the most for all players or for just XP lane. Still, 11 heroes.
11 heroes, you know what? I'll call it now. I think that's just everyone.
Yeah.
He's just
For all.
He's just so diverse. He's so unique. No wonder all the ladies love him. All right, looking at the battle spells real quick. Take note, this is a Warcry Edith. It's not the first time we've seen it, but again, imagine the unique take on such an XP laner who has all the things you need. Sustain, CC, damage output.
Yeah, and last week Kirk was used the Alpha Revitalize for the XP lane, so another Kirk thing.
A very specific pick, by the way, that Coach Why Not used. And again, even their opponents did not expect to see that. So with that said, we're looking at some early action. Again, Brusco has been in Liquid's jungle since minute 0.
Yeah, minute 0. Just making sure to provide vision for Fnatic. But look at this, Sanford goes in! Once again, Kirk has to use the flicker out. Now TLPH in full control for this turtle, but Brusco still there, forcing steps of blades. Here comes King Kong, but Zyda picks up the turtle. First blood kill onto Brusco, but Sanford and JP will also fall down.
All right, even if Zyda survives, it's still a 2-for-1. I'll call it a wash because Liquid walks away with a turtle. Say what you will about Zyda's movements in that early sequence, but hey, a major objective is a major objective.
Yeah, and for TLPH, it was just Sanford and JP.
Whoa,
Who died with King Kong? Oh my goodness!
That's the king of the jungle!
King of the jungle over Zyda. I mean, I thought he was just gonna go for the purple buff steal, but he went instead for Zyda. Now Brusco gonna kick, but Benny Cutie with a Purify.
Cyric turned TLPH's jungle into New York. You know what I'm talking about. 600 gold up for Fnatic Onyx Philippines. 3 minutes in. We got about a minute left before the turtle spawn. Turtle number 2 spawning lower quarter of the map. Already a Bladed Heptases. Wow, real quick. At this point, King Kong can burst anybody.
Anybody. I mean,
Maybe save for JP.
Even Benny Cutie actually popped his Purify, so it's going to be an easy go in for King Kong as he stands with 2-0-1. And now JP has to really support Benny Cutie now because so far, okay, Benny Cutie also picks up a Sky Piercer here.
So far?
What?
You were saying so far?
I actually forgot what I was going to say.
I'll tell you now. All right, still on topic. The Tigreal babysitting isn't the best kind of Tigreal you want to see.
Yeah, as much as possible, you really want to rotate where the action is or even start the action yourself.
Yeah, a defensive Tigreal or a support Tigreal.
Oh,
King Kong!
Oh, there's King Kong once again, forcing Sanji to use the Dominator's Descent to evade the Cutthroat. And wow!
Cyric, let me finish my sentence. All right, here we go. SOD thrown out. All right, you let it go. All right, here's what I'm saying. That wasn't SOD, it was just a random spear.
Yeah.
Look how deep Brusco is. A Tigreal that's babysitting is almost just as bad as a Jawhead on the defense.
Yeah, on the defensive end, not being able to use those unpredictable ejectors. But for JP's case, we still can't forget what he did last time. I mean, the amazing implosion play he did onto their very last
Is that a
series.
4-man, a 5-man?
I think that was a 4-man, but okay, Sanji here pops his flicker out, and now Brusco as well. JP goes in! This is what we were waiting for! SOD is gonna connect, Tempest of Blades will connect as well, but here comes Kirk with the Earth Shatter. Now the turns up tide for Fnatic. Onyx, look at Kelra, just giving JP everything he's got, and he's gonna bring down Daddy JP.
Whether you call him the Filipino Savage or the gold standard, King Kong coming up! Cyric, let me finish my sentence! He has killer instinct like no other in the gold lane.
Not just killer instinct, they have the hair, they have the skills, they have the streak. Now Kelra has the tower up top. I mean, they're just doing everything. The Kelra King Kong connection, not to mention, it was Kirk who actually did the counter engage with the Earth Shatter.
That's 3Ks, man.
I mean, despite JP's implosion play, that was connecting onto 2.
It was good again.
It was good.
A great tempo breaker, but Fnatic Onyx had plans on plans, like Batman. And that's a little wonder scored here by Zaida, but merely a consolation prize for what Fnatic TLPH have done in the past 6 minutes. 2,500 gold up, and look, Brusco's not stopping. Brusco is relentless.
And that's hard. If you're a Ling, as much as possible, you want your rotation not known. You don't want to give the opposing team information on where you're gonna rotate next, what buff are you trying to get. And for Brusco, man, info overload. He just knows where all, even evades the ult coming in from Sanford, kicks him there as Kelra picks up another turret plus the golden staff.
All right, is that big ticket item number 2? Is he 1 away from a Trinity? At this point, we're gonna see.
Oh, okay. King Kong.
That's a DD. That's a DD.
Okay, forces dominate on descent once again. King Kong's really cooking something here, and that's crucial because there's a third turtle up for grabs and no dominators descent for Sanji.
And that's definitely a go signal for Fnatic Onyx to just lean in. I don't think this is a turtle that's worth contesting.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard. They don't have the kit, but Benny QT already picks up another core item here as Fnatic Onyx just surveying the scene. Brusco has the flicker, has the way of the dragon.
What? I could have sworn he just... What?
What happened? What happened?
I could have sworn he doesn't have it. King Kong gets one!
Goes in once again when you thought he was going to go out. King Kong just dishes the damage to bring down Sanji. SOD's not going to hit onto JP. Now the chase is on. Zaida wants to contest for this turtle, but Fnatic on it hasn't started it. Brusco still has the way of the dragon, just zoning out Zaida.
That's got to be tough being Zaida. There's 2 men able to just turn you around, flip you over, kick you out of Kingdom Come.
Oh.
And that's all she wrote. Fnatic Onyx walks away with the final turtle.
You know, at this point, since week 1, when we started MPL PHS 14, there was a ranking of the top 3 junglers. Consensus was Kyle TZ. JP goes in with a conceal, but he's gonna get disrupted there by Fnatic Onyx. Now, no rotation for TLPH. And going back to my point, the top 3 consensus, top 1 was Kyle. And it's either Irad or Carl TZ. This time, I mean,
King Kong
has
us.
to be one. For me, has to be one.
King Kong reminding us why he should be part of that list. JP, Sacred Hammer out of range. And he's doing his best, right? JP's always setting up these amazing turnarounds. But I don't think Team Liquid is ready just yet. Sanji's just threatened to get popped too quickly, so he's used DD defensively. When is Benny ready? That's a question. When does Benny come in?
Yeah, technically, Benny's supposed to be ready first compared to the Moskov, compared to Kelra. But at this rate, Kelra's just performing phenomenal. Going back to the stats of their previous game, TLPH actually dominated almost all stats, but Fnatic Onyx was #1 in terms of average gold lead per game win. And right now, their gold lead is 4.1k.
If you're talking about gold leads, you're talking about stats, you know who else is #1?
Who?
Super Prince so far in KDA alone. 9.82 across the board. Across the board. This is a low-key Prince, not a king, he's a Prince.
Super Prince. I mean, 0-0-3 right now. Picks up a Blood Wings for the additional defense. I mean, you wouldn't wonder why. Super Prince has been performing very well. Plus, having Brusco as your roamer, your mid-trio combination just really enables Super Prince to, you know, play at the highest level.
So good. There's a trinity on both Kelra and King Kong. Okay. You just mentioned 3 superstars. An up-and-coming one in Kirk, the lover boy, and then the Philippine, the gold standard. Team Liquid PH, not to take away from their dynasty, their championships, But right now, this is all Fnatic Onic. 4,500 gold. Lord spawning up in the upper quarter. You know what? I'm never. When you're looking at Zyda, when you're looking at Liquid, just to put our feet back on the ground, you can never say they shouldn't contest.
Yeah.
This is characteristic of Liquid, both as a Carl TZ-led team and a Zyda-led team, and that's why it's close to 50-50, man. 46 to 54.
I actually like that you mentioned that because when Renmar actually pointed out the analysis of Fnatic versus FNOP, Fnatic versus FCAP, the thing that beats Fnatic Onic is unpredictability. And TLPH is known for that as they burst down the Lord. Plus, look at Kelra.
Two birds with one stone.
I mean, and even forcing Tempest of Blades, Kelra has to walk away here because Benecutie coming in.
2v1!
Look at the lack and pounce, 2v1. But look, popped up Purify. He's going up against 4. But here comes King Kong. Picks up the first kill. Still alive. JP goes in with an implosion. Kelra is still alive, but he's going to be brought down. That's a 2-for-1.
That's a trade I'll take any day. Twice on Friday the 13th. Kelra for a Lord, a turret, and Benny and Zyda.
Wow.
That's 2 cores!
2 cores, you went up 2 and King Kong heads up play to go right after securing the Lord. And this is where the emblem of Kelra comes in. His second emblem is actually the tenacities. That's why he was able to at least add a couple of seconds before he was brought down. And the best part is JP, he used up his implosion.
That's everything thrown out by Team Liquid PH, and yet still, Kelra was able to hold his ground. Not just the emblem, man, but the little movements, the repositioning, and the target acquisition.
I mean, is it worth it though for TLPH? Because a lot has been expended, even Benny's Purify.
Worth it for them isn't even the question. They're being served scraps on the map. It's at this point in the game where Fnatic Onic will freeze. They won't even touch the waves. They're going to try to deny as much gold and XP away from Liquid and keep the 6,000 gold lead at where it is. Or worse, grow it even further, especially if they get the kick.
Oh, another kick onto JP. He has to walk away here. King Kong picks him up. And Sanji with the Dominators descent. They're going to finally shut down King Kong. So that's a good play coming in from TLPH.
You had to do it to Daddy JP. Again, as early as 2 or 3 minutes, or as soon as King Kong picked up the Heptases, I said you could burst down everybody. Anybody save for Daddy JP.
Yeah.
That passive on the Tigreal, acting like a little baby Twilight armor, is definitely going to stop anything that Fnatic Onic bring to him, and that's why King Kong got shut down. And now,
Kelra got stunned here! Is he going to be able to escape? They're trying to go for him. Zyda, will he make it in time? Gonna walk away. And you have, at this point, you really have to respect the damage that TLPH is capable of. This is still Benecutie. This is still the Roger. Zyda at any given moment could also do what King Kong's been doing. Kelra with the initial damage, Zyda for the final blow. Now, Fnatic Onic, you've been saying that they have to maintain this lead, but right now it's slowly dwindling down, 3.8k.
A snap right in the middle. 3,500 up at 13 minutes. There's a Lord spawning in the lower quarter. And real quick, a throwback to last Sunday's bout. Team Liquid Philippines versus Omega. The first game of that series, despite them sweeping, went the distance. Team Liquid PH has slowly been racking up these late game comeback victories. So Fnatic Onic better not forget that they're still facing off against a championship caliber squad that can turn things on a dime.
Yeah, and looking at the crowd control, TLPH has more compared to Fnatic Onic. So in terms of game-changing or game-altering plays, plus Daddy JP, you know something can happen when TLPH finds their groove, but right now they're gonna deprive Zyda of his purple buff.
Or they're gonna try. Keyword, they're gonna try. Even Fnatic Onic are thinking twice about committing that retribution since the Lord has already spawned!
Oh, Sanford goes in! King Kong gonna manage to escape here. Now JP just looking at providing vision here for TLPH. Retribution was used by Zyda. King Kong still has his, that's why they burst down the second Lord.
Good news is, Mama Coco didn't lose his purple. Bad news is, Fnatic Onic still gets the Lord. So this is a game-ending Lord. It's possible that Fnatic Onic PH just get the perfect team fight or the perfect split so that all the inhibitors fall and Liquid gets overloaded. Because I gotta tell you now, wave clear ain't the best for Liquid.
It's not the best, especially if Sanji commits his Dominator's descent right away. And looking at the lineup of Fnatic Onic, you really have to watch out for either Brusco's Way of the Dragon or the Earth Shatter coming in from Kirk. Because so far, they have their 2 flickers. Now Brusco goes in, kicks! Who is he going to kick? It's going to go on to Daddy JP. He's going to be able to cast that Implosion. And onto the backline, Kirk goes in with the Primal Wrath. Tempest and Blades, but Betty Cutie goes in for the kill like and bounce. Winter Crown will be popped, but King Kong comes for the backline. A double kill coming in from Benny, but King Kong finishes the job, brings him down. 2 for 1 trade. And Sanford's not even done here.
40!
Brusco will fall down as they work on the Lord, and this is the defense of the Cavalry.
What a turnaround! Not a single member of Fnatic Onyx stands left to take advantage of the commotion of the chaos inside their base.
Now they're looking for more though.
Allowing a Liquid to clear the Lord and clear out their own side of the jungle. And wait, what's King Kong doing? Is he thinking about this? Is he considering stealing away the purple?
Or he has 3 targets here.
Rather
Sanji, Zaida, Sanford.
Don't do it, don't do it. Siren, no!
King Kong.
King Kong, don't do it. He's playing with the cables. And he's going to go for the recall. Unless JP catches him.
Okay, he has to walk away here. Steel cables out. Zaida secures his purple buff. TLPH was able to defend and still has 1 inhibitor turret up top.
All right, they turned the worst to bad. And if anything, they got a winning trade off of that while kicking Fnatic Onyx PH out of their base. 16 minutes in, 2,500 gold up. The Sonics are holding on to this lead. There's a Lord spawning in about a minute. Upper quarter. And Ingan, don't tell me.
Tell you what.
Not a single turn has been pushed in.
Oh my god. All 3 lanes still has 3 turrets.
Fnatic Onyx have all of their turrets.
And you have a Ling. When push comes to shove, when Ling is down or behind, most of the time you know he's gonna split push.
Well, this just shows how well Fnatic Onyx control the map.
Yeah, especially King Kong.
You're looking at a Ling specialist himself. That's Ling Kong from where he's come from. That's what they call him in Signal Village Taguig. But right now, again, you're still looking at What? King Kong, we were just talking about you. He popped Zaida. Just like that.
Even in front of 2 other members of TLPH.
How do you do that? A drive-by.
Man, King Kong deserves his respect, deserves his praise, his flowers. Where does he rank now? We don't know, but one thing for sure is the streak seems to be okay. 3.6k gold lead, 6-10, 17 minutes in, and King Kong just did that.
All right. Good news for the Cavalry, though. Zaida will spawn in time for the defense, but it's not looking good. The map is all red, and Fnatic Onyx Philippines have all of their resources, and that's the last inhibitor falling. And it's just a matter of time. This is the inevitable. We're staring down. We're looking for that 1 in 14 million possibility that Team Liquid survive this.
It's gonna take a lot of proper positioning for Benny, Sanji, and Zaida, and a miracle set from JP to pull this defense off against Fnatic Onyx. Kirk props his Primal Wrath, goes 1v1 up against Zaida. Lord marching in the middle lane. JP just really waiting for that perfect moment to strike with the Implosion play. Who's going to set up first? Because the Internal Guard will be casted. JP goes onto the backline with the Implosion. Plus gets a kick onto Brusco. King Kong might fall down here onto the hands of Betty Cutie. But Fnatic Onyx takes game 1.